Hi everybody, welcome back to Sending Ravens. We're driving around in the Jeep, so it's a little noisier than my lovely other vehicle. Now normally I wouldn't have two vehicles, that's quite luxurious. But I'm saving this Jeep, I'm thinking, for my son. I'm not 100% sure, I might sell it, but anyway, never mind. Big news. Everybody is emailing me. So before you email me and tell me Meghan and Harry are having a second child, I saw it right away on Sky News, okay? So don't bother. Yeah, because I might not get around to answering your email. But yeah, I saw the news, and that is very interesting and fascinating. I wonder what reason the handlers or the owners of the brand Meghan and Harry, I wonder what they're up to. Like, what do they need? Why do they need that distraction? And it's interesting because didn't she have a miscarriage, apparently, according to her little story there, or whoever wrote that story? She had some miscarriage, but that was like in summer, and now she's pregnant again, and she looks about 6 months pregnant in this photo. So I find that fascinating that a woman in her 40s, and even if she's just 40, like she says, although there's a lot of reason to believe she's likely more like in her 40s, could have like a baby and then a miscarriage and then another pregnancy right after. Like, you know what I think about any pregnancies around Meghan. Never existed and won't be existing. But that is all very interesting. I just love to know what their angle is and what they're trying to distract us from, because that's obviously what's going on. But I don't know. We're going to look at the cards on that. You better believe it, on Tarot by Janine. I hope everybody got their Valentine's Day reading. And if you didn't, go to Tarot by Janine, because I did a Valentine reading. You can choose a deck and a stone to go with your deck, and then you'll get each deck had a different reading for your year 2021. Hopefully it made some sense to somebody. And I chose deck number 1, by the way, if anyone was wondering. And it did actually resonate. I think that's the word. Yeah, that word. It did. It felt right. I'm just doing errands, so I gotta pay attention here. Coming to a busy intersection. There we go. Yeah, this is a way rougher vehicle, like as far as like it drives like a truck. If anyone's had a Jeep, they would know. But I mean, it's not like a Wrangler or anything. It's a Cherokee North, but they still kind of drive like trucks. Yeah, I know the really expensive Jeeps are smooth riding, but the littler ones are not so smooth. Let's see, what else should we talk about? Oh, somebody sent me some really interesting information on Lynn Wood. Does anybody know that woman he's been hanging out with? That apparently there was a video footage of him. He had visited Trump quite a while ago, and he brought her with him, and apparently people were saying it was really inappropriate, or she's a really inappropriate sort of person to be hanging out with Lynn Wood. And maybe I should look into how is he doing, but I hesitate to look into him because I don't know, he's doing a lot of good work and so many people are giving him such a hard time. I don't want to be one of them, you know, so I think I might just leave that alone. But if anybody knows who that woman is, a black woman that apparently wears wigs, and people are saying is just a really inappropriate sort of partner for him, and I don't know what they mean by that. So I'd love to see an actual picture of this woman. Apparently she does pendulum, or uses a pendulum, which would be interesting. You know, maybe he just likes esoteric types. I don't know, right? But yeah, if anybody knows more about that than I do, I'd love to hear your take on that. Yeah, and that's interesting that they'd let Lynn Wood up close to the president with an inappropriate person. Like, they must have checked out the person to let her near while he was still officially the president. So I'm not necessarily buying that story that she's inappropriate, but I'm not saying she's appropriate either. I'd just like to have further info on that. If anybody has, let me know. Because sometimes people just make those kind of judgments. Like, honestly, if she ended up in the presence of President Trump, she would have been checked out. Absolutely. And it would have been keeping a close eye on who she was. So that seems a bit odd. And I wonder why the story about Meghan and Harry got released on Fox News. Or no, it wasn't on Fox. It was on Sky News. I wonder why. I find that really interesting. Just the whole thing. Very interesting. And they were, they just fluff it all over. Like, whoever's talking there, like, seriously? Buying the Kool-Aid about those two. Like, it's such a riot. It's almost embarrassing. It's almost an embarrassment to look into them because it's so obvious they haven't literally been seen, and that picture was so obviously so photoshopped. I mean, of course it's black and white again, and for all we know, it could have been taken on her first fake pregnancy, So yeah, it's just a riot. It's all just a riot. I find it so fascinating that they're still feeding the scenarios out there. Haven't they, checked out what people are, believing and not believing these days? But I guess there's still a lot of people buying that narrative. Just can't fathom it myself. Yeah. Anyway, so I just wanted to say, watch my tarot by Janine, because I'll be looking into it tomorrow. I'll do the reading tonight and put it up. Guy will put it up tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.